See ya.
You too, man.
Morning, you alright?
One straight.
Thank you.
right.
Thank you.
Get a stand up for this country.
Good morning.
Hey, how you doing?
You send the links out.
Why you come here in this PLP color?
They start that. That is so
I
epic.
forgot to give you the mic.
Yeah, when you got the mic?
I think I have it in the car. Wait.
You got the mic on you? Huh? Mr. Ben, you say want to come closer?
Come on, one more step. How much more close here? Let them flag. Come one step, but they could drop one step behind you.
I never seen
Good morning to everyone gathered here, and I want to thank the media for being out here. The COI is gathered here today because after we've run some investigations, we are concerned that our democracy is in jeopardy, that our democracy is in trouble on many different fronts. One in particular that we're going to mention, and that we prepared a letter that is being served on the parliamentary commissioner as soon as we are finished this. We are disturbed, first of all, of the fact that the parliamentary commissioner has no direct access to the vote, which keeps our election materials. We were informed this by police officers in SIB. We were informed of this by staff at the PRD, who were all concerned about this fact. I called the parliamentary commissioner yesterday, and he confirmed that that is the case, that he does not have access to the vote. He said that, well, I was told that they have to call SIB, Security Intelligence Branch of the police force, and then they have to come to the parliamentary commissioner's department or registry in order to open that vault for them. That vault carries our election materials. According to law, only the parliamentary commissioner and his staff is supposed to have custody and care of all election materials. We are extremely concerned about this fact. Those materials include our counterfoils and other materials. That means that when the staff is not here, SIB has the only key to access the vault. There's even been occasions, according to staff, where they've called for SIB to come and it has taken them days to come, which slows down the entire process because they have to wait on SIB. That particular process is illegal according to law, because the police and the government is supposed to have no authority or access or interference with our elections.
Wow.
We want things to be done properly. The reason this is so concerning is because at the last by-election, you would have all noticed that we went live and we showed that SIB officers were here when they were bringing the advanced poll boxes. That was very concerning for us. We had no idea why they were here. Patriotic staff have informed us that They were here because they have the key to the vault, to put the boxes in the vault. In the vault is also other election materials, which means that when SIB comes and opens the vault, if the boxes are here, they have to access it. So there are persons who have access to our ballot boxes for the advance polls because they have to access it to get other materials. This is extremely concerning. But SIB was here, and you saw them here, and there's no reason for them to be here. We questioned that, and there were no answers forthcoming from the government. And we are hoping that the media takes a stern stance on this to make sure that nothing happens. Now, the commissioner, the parliamentary commissioner, Mr. Harrison Thompson, tried to comfort me by saying that there's another door to get to the vote, and he has the key to that door, which is a regular door that can easily be picked by any locksmith or any locksmith apprentice, and then the vote is there, and that the actual staff and team who has the legal carriage does not have a key to access that, only the police. This is a problem because we noticed last election in 2021 we saw irregularities with the Pinewood polling situation at the advanced polls. There was also concerns by the international community at the time, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. There was concern by the international community at the time. They called us to meet with us because they were concerned of what was going on with the Pinewood ballots. And before the general election, we asked them to get in the safe because they wanted us to make a deal with them. The PRD did. And so I said, in order for us to make that agreement, you have to let us see the boxes right now. We did, and as you saw, and I'm sure you should have covered if you didn't, my Pinewood box was unsealed. It was apparently open, and there was a envelope that keeps the key that was torn open and on top of the box. And so we had serious concerns. Now and it was kept at the Commissioner of Police's office instead of where it normally is kept with the Parliamentary Commissioner. Being kept at the Commissioner's office means that police officers have access to it when no one else has access to it. That is illegal, and we're standing up against that now. And we saw the results. It took them more than 6 months, I think it was, to reveal the results of the polling division's election results. And they revealed that after the ballots were destroyed. That way you could not go back and check and double check. And after the revealing by polling the results, we saw that in Pinewood, in one constituency, it was 105% voter turnout, more than the voters. And in another constituency, there was 92% voter turnout, when all of the other, it's not constituency, all of the other polling divisions had less than 50% turnout. And so it was very strange. We are concerned with our democracy, not just for Pinewood constituency, but for all constituencies. This kind of thing has to stop. And so we've written to the parliamentary commissioner because we want it to be documented that we've asked him to stop. And if we have to file for judicial review, then we'll have to do that. But there's no way that the police should have any influence over our elections. That is against the law.
Yeah.
Last by-elections, we saw police officers standing up at the gate and telling us how many people they are going to allow to come in. The police should not be speaking to the public or involved with the elections in any way. The police are under the control of the government, and that is against the law. All right? And we are covered by the rule of law. Parliamentary Commissioner staff should stand up to the gate and say who should come in. If someone attempts to disobey or attempts to get disorderly, then the parliamentary registry staff should call on the police to assist them. But the law says that only the parliamentary department's team is allowed to have any kind of overseeing of these procedures. We are now calling on the international community, who we are also going to write directly. We've already drafted letters to the British High Commission, to the U.S. Embassy, to the OAS, and we're also sending a letter to the Prime Minister himself, We're sending a letter to Wayne Monroe, the Minister of National Security, who has the portfolio of dealing with the elections, and we drafted a letter for the Commissioner of Police. And we're calling on the international community to assist us. There are fraudulent passports that are affecting our sovereignty, and it's apparently going to affect our elections. We're calling on the United States government and the British government, who we are going to set meetings with and write with, to oversee our elections, to assist us, not just the OAS. We want actual governments to come and assist us in this, because there is no way that with this situation going on that we should be left to ourselves. It is clear that persons have been getting passports on a record scale. And the problem we have is not that persons are getting passports. Some people are supposed to get passports. The problem is we're noticing that not only are they getting passports, they are running straight to the Parliamentary Registration Department to get a voter's card immediately. That means that there are persons who may not belong in this country who will be voting in this election, or who will attempt to vote in this election. We're calling on the international community to come and assist us. And if you see that there are any irregularities in terms of transparency, which means that they don't want us to follow the ballot boxes, they don't want to be transparent with us, and there's any skullduggery going on, that if the police has any control over the ballot boxes, we are calling on you to take a stand. We know that the only stand that you can really take is to not acknowledge our election as was done in Venezuela. And we're calling on you to stand with us. If the people have to stand up, we're calling on you to stand with us as we watch this election, because we cannot do it alone. Because the government has been known to control the police officers. Police officers have been known to just do what they're told and say that they're just following instructions, even sometimes if it's an unlawful instruction. And so, if there's any skullduggery with this election, we're calling on the international community to do their duty and not acknowledge this election. There's some people who ask me if we want the election to be stopped or paused or suspended until such time as they get the passport situation under control. No, we cannot take another day of this government. We cannot give them an excuse to be in government any longer. Not one more day. We need them to ring the bell. But what we need to do, there are persons who are saying, take them to court beforehand. You're going to send them before judges appointed by them.
That's right.
And they are going to get the decision that they want, probably. There's not enough confidence in the judicial system in this country. And you're not going to get a court date, or a court case finish before the general election. Also, there's something called parliamentary sovereignty, which means that the judiciary has no power over the executive to tell them that they can call or not call an election. Now, if there's some other skullduggery going on, they can tell them to get it right. But they have no power over the executive branch. And we understand the law as it relates to that. We just want them gone. So we're calling on all Bahamians at this time to stand with us. Your country is in jeopardy. Yes. Your democracy is at stake. This is the last election that you are going to be the majority.
That's right.
I call on you to stand with us. Whoever you're going to vote for, this is not about party today. This is about country. This is about the Bahamian people and our last stand.
That's right.
If we do not take a stand against this PLP government that has been selling our passports like candy, against this FNM government who was doing the same thing when they were in office, we are going to lose the one country that we have. This is extremely important. And so with that, I say that we're going to deliver this letter to the Parliamentary Commissioner that quotes the law to him and lets him know that we will not accept the SIB being in control of our counterfoils and other election materials that is in there. That key needs to be turned over immediately, and the letter gives him until Thursday to rectify this problem. I also asked the Commissioner, when I spoke to him yesterday, if the advance poll boxes is going to be kept at the Parliamentary Justice Office or at the Police Commissioner's office. he said he doesn't know yet. The parliamentary commissioner is a statutory position. He falls under no one. He should not be taking orders from the prime minister or anybody. He should determine where the boxes are kept. And if the election date has already been called, how can you tell me that you don't know where you're going to keep the advanced poll boxes? We need the control to be taken away, or we're going to reach out to the international community. And I am hoping and praying right now that if there's any skullduggery going on, that the election will not be recognized, and maybe what happened in Venezuela can happen here. The full thing. Harrison Thompson, Acting Parliamentary Commissioner, Parliamentary Registration Department, Nassau, Bahamas. This is a cease and desist letter. Reference to SIB possession of keys and keys to the election vault. Dear Commissioner Thompson, further to our conversation on Monday, April 6 at 10:30 a.m., I write to demand that the Parliamentary Registration Department immediately cease and desist from allowing officers of the Security Intelligence Branch of the Royal Bahamas Police Force to hold, possess, or control the keys to the vault in which election materials are stored. I am advised by Parliamentary Registration Department staff and SIB officers that SIB officers presently have the only access to the vault. You have since confirmed this to me. That arrangement is illegal and must end immediately. Under sections 12, 54, subsection 5, 74, and 75 of the Parliamentary Elections Act, the Parliamentary Commissioner is the principal officer of the Parliamentary Registration Department. The functions under the Act are to be exercised by the Parliamentary Commissioner or his staff, authorized to act on his behalf. The law, therefore, places custody and control of election materials with the Parliamentary Commissioner and his duly authorized staff, not with SIB or police officers. Sections 55, subsection 1D and 64(3) of the Parliamentary Elections Act give police only a limited role at a polling place. Police officers on duty may be present, and they may remove any independent custodial rule. And they may remove a disorderly person only on the order of the presiding officer. The Act does not give SIB any independent custodial role over election materials or any authority to control access to the vote or other safe place where the materials are kept. Because SIB officers are not the election officials entrusted by the law with custody of election materials, the exclusive possession of the vault keys creates the appearance of improper government interference or influence over the electoral process. SIB officers are under the control of the government. They work directly under the politicians and will do what they are told. Staff have informed us that the PRD has to wait for SIB to send an officer to open the vault. This has sometimes taken days, holding up progress. The issue here is that once SIB opens the vault and leaves, it remains open and persons in the building have access to it. Counterfoils and other election materials are in the vault, and this is a security risk. Our concern is not theoretical. We are deeply disturbed that SIB officers were present at the recent by-election when the advanced poll ballots were being placed in the vault. That arrangement means that once observers leave, police officers, rather than the election officials charged under the Act with custody of these materials, retain practical control over access to the vault. We consider this unacceptable and incompatible with public confidence in the integrity of the electoral process. These concerns are intensified by what we observed following the advanced polls in the 2021 general elections. The advanced poll boxes were kept at the police control room. When we went to inspect the boxes, the Pinewood box seals were broken and appear to have been opened, and the envelope that contained the keys were torn open. Therefore, the results by polls were not revealed Thereafter, the results by poll were not revealed until after the ballots were destroyed. At that stage, 2 polls appeared to reflect serious anomalies. One poll showing more than 100% turnout, and another approximately 92%, while others were below 50%. Those events gave rise to grave concerns about possible post-poll interference and make any exclusive or unsupervised police control over election materials wholly unacceptable. I therefore demand that control of the vault and the keys be placed immediately and exclusively within the Parliamentary Registration Department, under the Parliamentary Commissioner and staff lawfully authorized by him under the Act, and that SIB officers cease having any key-holding, custodial, or access control role in relation to the vault or its contents. Please confirm in writing, no later than Thursday, April 9, 2026, that this has been done. Yours faithfully, Lincoln Bain, leader of the Coalition of Independence. I CC'd Her Excellency, Mrs. Smita Rossetti, British High Commissioner, His Excellency, Mr. Herschel Walker, U.S. Ambassador, Mr. Philip E. Davis, Prime Minister of the Bahamas, Ms. Shanta Knowles, Commissioner of Police, and the Honorable Mr. Wayne Monroe, Minister of National Security.
Can you say outright, what do you think is the danger of the current situation?
The danger of the current situation is, one, that it breaks the law, and we must operate within the law. The police, the government always asks us to operate within the law, do things the right way. If you want the law to change, then simply change it. You're the legislature. But as it stands, the custody of our election materials should be in the hands of the Parliamentary Commissioner only. Now, we all know that sometimes police are under the control of politicians. What do I mean by that? You heard a previous Commissioner of Police say himself, Mr. Paul Roll, that the Prime Minister made him do some things that he did not want to do. That's his words. And so we know that sometimes politicians control them. And so we don't want a situation where after everyone goes to sleep, the parliamentary staff is gone, that persons access this building and access the vault where our ballots are. What can happen is that ballots can be of voters can be taken out and replaced with another ballot. We normally count the ballots after the advance poll, the total, but we don't count the results. And so they can go in there, if there are 1,000 ballots in that box, they can take out 500 and replace it with 500, for example, and you would not know the difference. But now here is the other problem, and we're also going to write the commissioner about this, the parliamentary commissioner about this. On election morning, they take the advance poll ballots, and then mix them with another poll. We don't get to check them, and that's where it can be covered up. And so I think any right-thinking person should see something wrong with that. And so we're going to ask them, even though the law says otherwise, we're going to ask them to allow the advance poll boxes to be separate, let it sit untouched during the general election, and at the end of the day, they count both boxes at that poll separately and account for them separately, because that is how you could end up with more than 100% of the voters turning out, and we cannot understand why it happened.
What's going to happen if that Thursday deadline is not met?
If that Thursday deadline is not met, then we will come back to you and we'll let you know exactly what we're going to do. But we are going to have to take action. We're going to reach out to the international community, and we may have to take judicial action in order for them to do what is right. Have an emergency judicial action for that.
And even with all of these allegations, including the alleged distribution of fraudulent documentation, can you talk to me about why you don't want to see the 2026 general election postponed in order for these issues to be rectified if possible?
I don't want to see the 2026 general election postponed because I think Bahamians have had enough of this government. I think that we can't take another day of this. May 3rd is going to be a great day. That's going to be the best day we've had in the last 4.5 years. May 12th is going to be a great day. And so we need them gone. And so we don't believe that by stalling the election that anything is going to get better. Giving them another 6 months, they don't have to call election until October actually, But giving them another 5 or 6 months, hundreds of millions more can be stolen from the treasury. A lot of other skullduggery could go on, and that's even more persons that can get passports in that period of time. We don't want to give them time to do that. We are prepared to go to election court after the election, as long as there were any skullduggeries done, because persons who got passports fraudulently might not show up. But if they show up, we are going to be ready to address it, and we're going to address it by the law.
Another question. You said if any skullduggery were to take place, you would like to see happen here, what happened in Venezuela. Is that regard to Nicolas Maduro, and would you like to see a coup in this country from a foreign country?
Well, I don't remember a coup happening in Venezuela, but what happened was they did not recognize the election, and so the government was not recognized. I think there has to be a strong stance. Very curiously, there seems to be a lot of campaigning to migrants. There seemed to be a lot of, there was a meeting recently, a couple of days ago, with migrants where they were promising them land, even land in the area where there were shanty towns. One member of parliament in the southwest met with these illegal immigrants and had parties for them in Chinatown yesterday. And they seem to be campaigning to these migrants, and they seem to be issuing passports to these people in the shanty towns. And that is a grave concern to us, and I think it should be a grave concern to all Bahamians and all people, even migrants who came here, who love the Bahamas and want to see this country run properly. I want to make it clear that we're not against migration. People keep making it seem like we're against migrations or we're against Haitians. No, we're not. We are for law and order. We are for the rule of law. Come to our country the right way, and you are welcome to be in our country and enjoy everything that we enjoy. You can be on our beaches. You will have a right to flood Goodman's Bay instead of kicking us out because we allowed you to be here. But we know that the major problem in this country is that we are being flooded where we don't have enough hospital beds. We don't have enough driver's license, national insurance cards. We don't have enough classroom seats. We're running out of everything. The traffic is getting out of control. We're seeing it happen right before us. My Bahamian people, we cannot let this happen. We have to make a stand. This isn't about party now. This is about defending this one country that we have.
With regard to Maduro, I'm thinking with regards to Venezuela, top of mind for Bahamians is the U.S. going in and taking out the leader, Nicolas Maduro. I'm asking if that's what you're referring to with regard to what you want to see happen in this country.
Oh, well, if there was any drug dealing done or allowed by the government, and they're involved with any drug dealing, money laundering, etc., and another country wants to take them out, they can't take them if they're a lawfully elected head of state. If they are not a lawfully elected head of state and we find out that our leaders were involved in drug dealing, then that could happen. And we wouldn't mind that happening.
No, I just want you to specify what you meant specifically when
What
you
I
made that part.
What I meant specifically, I said that, is that they did not acknowledge the elections because there was skullduggery that took place, irregularities that took place. And if we see irregularities in the Bahamas, if we see lack of transparency, if we see them moving boxes without us present, they had a practice that they did before that we challenged them to of opening the advanced poll ballot box, and this is another problem, without us present, and that has happened in 2017 and 2021, and at the by-elections. They were opening them without us present. What's the point of that? When these ballots are not accounted for. And so that practice, one has to stop. We're also going to allow them to stop that, and we have to have proper control in this country.
So you mentioned about the passports. There are people who are getting passports and then going directly to get a voter's card. What is your evidence of this happenstance?
Well, I've spoken to persons in the Parliamentary Registry Department. Some of them have forwarded photocopies of passports to me. Of course, I have to keep that on the wraps for obvious reasons. But when we see a person with a brand new, fresh passport, you could smell the newness on it like new car leather, and they come straight to the Parliamentary Registration Department, that indicates to me that we have a bigger problem. We have persons who intend to affect our democracy. You see, people talk about the Chinese and the Jamaicans and the Filipinos and everyone else, but it's not them I see trying to influence our elections. It's not them I see on the news, and you guys allowing them to state all Haitians vote PLP or FNM this time. I don't see that from other persons. I am seeing that from one group of people who are flooding us, and that is why our democracy is at threat. It is not politically expedient for me to take this strong stance. It is not something that you should do politically, because you're going to offend some people. But I have to take a strong stance to defend my country, and I'm calling on all Bahamians to wake up and realize what is happening to you Bahamians. You are being replaced. You are being pushed out of your own country. Your sons are not getting contracts and jobs. Your children can't get employed. Unemployment for young persons is almost 21%. We have to do something. We love our neighbors. My neighbors live in the Bahamas. They live in Nassau. They live in Andros. They live in Freeport. My neighbor is not someone from another neighborhood. That's someone else's neighbor. So I am concerned first and foremost with you, my brothers and sisters. You are my neighbors. I love you, and that is why we are out here fighting for you.
That's it.
Thank you.
You're going to deliver the letter?
Wow. Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. That's my friend. Let me out.
Right.
It's really hard. Wow. Hey, girl. Hey.
You're in the shade?
Yeah.
All right.
These are the SIB officers here. This is the SIB officer right here. All right, and they are very entangled with this whole election process. You'll remember that when Fred Mitchell made a complaint about Charlotte Green, it's SIB that came to arrest her. Why are they being instructed by the politicians to do certain things?
Listen, don't give me my umbrella, you know, that's expensive. That's fine. No, man. I need my umbrella. I want my umbrella.
Go in first.
To bring them here.
Well, 1 second. Oh, you with the press? 1 second.
I was advised to bring them here.
Okay.
In the press?
Yeah. You with the press? Huh? Oh, just 1 second.
1 second. 1 second. 1
What did you say? Let me get there. What's happening?
This is government. This is the government.
We're not here to do their doing. We're not in line. We came to deliver water.
You want to carry on now?
Not all of them. We going inside. We have a right to. You cannot hinder us. You certainly just said to the public, right? You cannot block us from coming inside here. You have no authority to do so. No, you don't. Only the parliamentary registered department has a right to do that.
Even ain't concerned with the people trying to get
lady.
in. She ain't concerned with us trying to get in.
Listen, you have no right to hinder us from delivering a letter. No. I have a right to deliver a letter as a leader of a political party. I have a right to deliver this letter. No, you cannot hinder me. They seem to not want to receive this letter. There's no reason that we should be hindered. There is no reason that we. There's no reason that we.
You and your probably will come in.
No, the media needs to come in.
We'll decide who's the media.
You decide.
The PLP building. Everybody with a camera. The PLP building.
Only the media. Who's the media?
The media, I asked for you all to be able to come in, so you all come in.
Who's your fault?
Open the door, young man. Oh, sorry.
I'm Charlotte.
Right here.
But this is not the PLP building, you know. That's the media classroom, right?
No, this is my team.
That's your fault. Come in with it. You come in with it.
All of a sudden the place is restricted.
Hold on.
So they were making it difficult for us to come in and deliver this letter. The same SIB people who we are writing this letter about seems to be controlling this whole situation. This is unlawful according to international law and according to Bahamian law. The government should not have any influence over this process. And so we want SIB and the police to be removed from this process immediately, because it is a way that they can intimidate persons. So we're going to go in to deliver this letter and get it signed.
Okay, no video, everyone just okay, everyone just
Nobody. Who have the letter?
Who have the letter? I have it. Okay, you give the letter. Thank you.
Excuse me, can you clear the door, please? Excuse me, can you clear the door, please? Excuse me, can you clear the door, please? They are totally under the government. They are totally under the control of the government. Only in the Bahamas. Only in the Bahamas, the Bahamians don't have the right. Only in the Bahamas, the Bahamians don't have the right to be able to access our buildings whenever there has to do with democracy. Only in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
Must be not Bahamians who are stopping us from going inside there.
Turn around.
So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, to all those who are watching. Welcome. This is a serious day in our country. When we say change ain't coming, change is here, we have to decide which part of change we want to be on, because regardless, change coming anyways. We see the changes in the hospitals. We see the changes in the school. We see the changes in our government. Change ain't coming, right? Change is here. Bahamians have to decide which part of change they want to be a part of. Do we want to continue down this slope that we are on? Do we want to continue down this slope? The police, you know what? Let me talk to the Commissioner of Police. Commissioner of Police, do you realize that you are sovereign? The Prime Minister should not have control over you. You are a sovereign entity, but you are the weakest entity I have ever seen. We thought that putting the first female commissioner in place would have meant something. How is this allowed in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas? We need the law to be followed through. You know what y'all do? Y'all pick on the small man. Y'all hold them to the highest extent of the law. But our government, the Prime Minister of this country, and all of those who work beneath him are breaking our laws and breaching our constitution. The Bahamian people will not continue to settle for this. We are not our parents. We are not our grandparents. We will rise in this country. We do not fear the police. We do not fear the government. However, we do respect our constitution, and that is what we are going to look up to. We are going to protect our constitution with the full extent. So, Commissioner Shanta Knowles, what's she name? Shanta Knowles, please do your job. Because we are going to stand. We are going to stand. Do your jobs. Is it SIB? Yes. SIB. You are men, Bahamian men. I understand that your duty, you're like creatures of orders. But please do not impede on our democracy.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for indulging us. We just had to deliver a letter. So, I'll talk outside. Your daddy born you in. Must be.
There's a crying shame in this country. Up them.
I want a hug. God bless you. I am still the person who said you never go calls every day.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hello. Oh, you want to go back over there? Yeah, let's go back over there.
Sorry, let's start it, please.
Turn it down. Turn it off, please. Yeah. It was a arduous process. I don't understand why it had to be so difficult to just deliver a letter. The police at every door seemed to be trying to hinder us, but eventually we got this delivered. And what the good part is that the commissioner, I was told he was in a meeting, but he stopped and came out in order to receive the letter. He acknowledged the conversation that we had, and he said that he would look into it. We don't want them to just look into this. We want them to obey the law. Every small thing that you disobey, it's a problem. This is not a small thing. This is the people who are not supposed to be in control of our election materials are in control of the election materials. And many of you may think that this is not a big deal, but this is one of the ways that they steal elections. I heard a former prime minister say that the elections cannot be stolen. He knows that that is a lie, because he championed that cause of stopping elections to be stolen while he was the prime minister. He made all kinds of accusations while he was the prime minister. But now all of a sudden, his law partner is running for leader, and now he's of the opinion that elections cannot be stolen. Well, we can't take that risk because of the fake passports and all these other irregularities that's going on. I want to ask every Bahamian under the sound of my voice, when you get in that election lines, no one is allowed to come and campaign or talk to persons in the line, but you're in the line, you can talk to persons. Talk to the person in the front of you. Talk to the person in the back of you. If they cannot speak the Queen's English, they should not have a passport.
That's right.
When you get to that door, you let us know. When you get close to that door, you let us know. If you see an agent in a black shirt, you let us know. Because everyone with a passport must be able to speak the Queen's English. Now, we are told that persons are being taught basic English, so you have a conversation with them in that line. And if they don't talk, you tell us. If they don't talk, or if they can't speak the Queen's English, so we can have a good and proper record when, if we need to go to election court. That is when the battle begins.
Thank you.
All right, thank you guys for coming. But I'll send it to you guys. Yeah. I'll WhatsApp to each of your stations. Okay. The letter. So there's some things we could say that you don't say. Okay, that's fine. Go back. So to everyone watching this and continuing to watch this, we want you to know there's a reason that we did this, and this might annoy some people and they may think that this is not significant, but it's these small ways that they steal elections. And so we were very concerned when we saw that SIB was here. You remember the live that night at the by-election advance polls.
Yes.
And you remember that SIB was in full force and they were in control. We want to make sure that the government has no control by controlling our police. You got your thing? Oh. The government has no control by controlling police officers. And we know that police officers are just going to do what they're told, and we don't blame them for that. But that is why we want to make sure that we have full control over what is going on. Ladies and gentlemen, we are being overrun. We are being invaded. And if we let the wrong persons vote in our election, we're going to have a problem. Again, to persons who are asking me about persons who want to stop the election, I do not agree that we should have another day under the Progressive Liberal Party or the Free National Movement. We need to get this country in order and get this country under control. And so we're going to start having live broadcasts in your communities. So look forward to being a part of that. We're going to have our live broadcasts more than once a week, not just on Sunday. So just stay tuned to see exactly what we're doing. But we're going to take this message to the streets. The message that we have one Bahamas. And if we lose this one Bahamas, that's it for us. It's over. What else do we have? Where can we go? And so we want this to be done right. We are concerned about their practices, and like we said, we are writing to the international community, and we're going to ask them to pay close attention to what's going on in the Bahamas, just so we have a fair election. And anytime we ask the government to do what's right, they don't want to do it. It's a big deal. Why are you nitpicking? But then they'll tell us to do things the right way, which we always do. But the rule of law is not for the people, that's for the government. The principle of the rule of law is to let the government knows that the law rules and not them. And so the law says that only The Parliamentary Commission Department has oversight over the elections. And you saw police standing at gates and telling us, giving us instructions. We don't want no instructions from no police. If someone is to be arrested, etc., then the police can step in. No other time. We don't want any police standing at any doors, any gates, telling us what we can do, how we can enter, how we cannot enter. The Parliamentary Registry Department is supposed to do that. What you saw just now in the Parliamentary Registry Department was unlawful. The police should not stand at that door. The team should stand at that door and they should give instructions. The election is out of the hands of the police. The police is only there for safety purposes, all right? For the purpose of crowd control, if necessary, on instructions by the PRD, all right? So we're not going to tolerate the bullying tactics that we've seen them do. Have police standing at the gate asking people for their letters, refusing people to go in. The police has no authority. Let's get this straight right now. And so, for everyone, this is your last day to register or transfer. If you have not registered or transferred, this is your day. You have until the end of the day today. Go and get this done. Your country is at stake. Those other people want to vote in your elections. They come to your country and they see the importance of voting, but some of you are saying that you don't want to vote. Do you know what that means? That if they vote on you and you don't, they just took over your country. And they could be the minority. I want Bahamians to understand this. The immigrants can be the minority. They can be the minority. And they could vote, and you don't vote, and they still determine the election. Remember, the PLP won with only 34% of the vote. That was a minority of persons, not the majority, and they still won. For example, if no Bahamians vote, organic Bahamians, and only immigrants vote, that's still an election. That's still an election. The immigrants who now have Bahamian passports, they call naturalized. That's still the election. And you sat down and let other people determine what happens in your country. Go ahead, Madam Chairman.
Again, good morning, everyone. Like I stated earlier, change is here. The change is already here. And we have to decide which part of that we want to be on. What is taking place in our country right now is unacceptable, has been unacceptable. And Bahamians, we have to decide when enough is going to be enough. We look at our government, we look at our law enforcement officers. They break the law every single day. And the only way change is going to come is if we hold them accountable. We see the PLP government now campaigning on accountability and transparency when they cannot be transparent with the most sensitive matter, which is our democratic process to vote. We have Bahamians that are going to the registration polls who are frustrated because it's taking 2 and 3 hours just to register one person. Let me put it like this. To me, this is treason. This is treason. And I don't know who our governments take us for. But I want to be clear. And I am not choosing my words wisely. I am going to say this straight up. The Bahamian people will not lay down anymore. We have risen. We will not tolerate it. I said to you, Chantanos, you are sovereign. There is no one with control over you. Please protect the Constitution and protect our laws. That is your job. And if you cannot do it, you need to dismiss yourself from the seat that you are sitting in. You are here to serve the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, the people of this country. Our government has committed treason by going against our Constitution repeatedly. And like I said, y'all can take this how y'all want to take it. But we are not our parents. And we are not our parents' parents. We will stand up for the only country we got. Even if it means you coming for me, you coming for us, and trying to put us in the slumber. It's time to fix this country, and I urge every single Bahamian to vote, because whether you vote or not, you are a part of the change. Whether that is a change to see our hospitals, schools, country ran over with illegals, you are a part of the change. So when we say change ain't coming, change is here, regardless whether you vote or not, the change is here. We can have change in a negative way, or we can have change in a positive way. Bahamians, decide today where you stand in your country. That's all I have to say for now.
And so we gave the government 48 good hours to do what is right, and not necessarily the government with the PRD, because he has responsibility and control. And so he couldn't deny it. SIB has those keys. We're giving you 48 hours. That's less than the time we spent in jail fighting for our immigration crisis. Less than the time. When they only could legally keep us there for 48 hours, they kept us there for more. Because we were fighting because those airplanes were landing. We were fighting because our work permits were being given out and visas were being given out unlawfully and illegally. Because we were fighting because passports, were being sold like candy. We were fighting. And now we hear all kinds of people. We see the FNM now, years later, coming talking about it. We see other people popping up now. All this time we was out there in the sun fighting, getting locked up, fighting for this. Now other people popping up saying that they want to do something. Now, days before election, y'all just reach. Just reach. We've been on the battlefield. We didn't see any other parties there. What we saw was Hiram Lewis stand against his party, the FNM, because of these immigration situations, and stand with us on those protests. And we saw his party march us down, march him down, and march us down because of what he decided to stand for, because we were fighting for this immigration crisis. They lock us up from 2022. Where these people been? Where these people been? We've been telling you all that the passports being sold like candy. They started immediately when they got in. Immediately. We spoke to persons in Haiti live who told us that they were informed that there is a new Haitian Prime Minister. That's what we were told. The Haitian Prime Minister in the Bahamas, the Bahamian Prime Minister is actually Haitian, and so they decided to flood the country. That's what they were told. We were the ones fighting from day one. Bahamas, if you trust anyone, trust us. I'm going to show you the documents with Michael Pintard and Fred Smith fighting for the illegals. Pintard standing up in the Senate, standing with Fred Smith. Fred Smith, to the point where Pintard said some things with Perry Christie, that Perry Christie had to sue him for defamation. Fred Smith was sued for various things. They were fighting for the immigrants. Go online and Google Fred Smith, Michael Pintard. Watch what is going to come up. Pintard was fighting for these immigrants, including some Cubans who the government deported. Fighting for them. Lastly, someone asked me about, and I can say this publicly because it done too late. We got it. Someone asked me about Maria Daxon representing a Haitian who was locked up for a fraudulent passport. The case is sub judice, so I can't really give the details of the case. But I can say this much. The fella is actually Bahamian. His daddy is Bahamian. His mummy was Haitian, but they was married, so he got the citizenship from his daddy. He have passport. He been had passports. He traveled to America on his Bahamian passport. But the mistake, it appears, that was made was that he was deported, and when he was deported to Haiti instead of the Bahamas. And he was deported because of a relationship situation, apparently, right? Of someone he's marrying in the States. He was deported to Haiti. While in Haiti, he didn't have his documents because it was still away, and he applied to get his Bahamian passport. Where it appears that where they so used to sending fake stuff, they could have sent fake stuff. That's what's being alleged out there. And so I just wanted to state that. And so this is why it's important. Someone asked a question, and again, I'm not trying to influence that case one way or another. If someone guilty, lock them up. If they're innocent, let them go. That's the law, all right? But someone asked, why Maria representing? Because I want to represent him. Why would Lincoln want Maria to represent that man? Because now we got all the documents, and now we know who he was dealing with. And now, when we become the government, we got you. Now we ain't gonna turn this over to these officials, because you saw what happened when we turned over the information about Keith Bell. You saw that. They just transfer him and play like nothing happened. Even though persons working there wrote that Keith Bell made me do this, even though it was unlawful, when he gave out certain things and did certain things. They ignored that. So guess what? No, we ain't giving it to y'all. But so for those persons who are wondering about Maria and whether she was loyal and if she was just doing this for money, no. You know I always got a strategy, right? And guess what? Day one when we get in, we got you. Day one. Don't go on vacation. Don't leave and go nowhere. Don't lock your door, because we could break it down. Don't hide. Don't make me have to come looking for you, because we know who you are, who committed treason and has been selling our passports like candy. All I can say to you is, we got you.
Gotcha, bitch. Gotcha.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see real change, vote for change, eh? The PLP and the FNM has contributed to this illegal immigration problem. If you take this lightly and leave this to your children to deal with, that sin is on you. Every Bahamian has a duty to stand up. People are wondering, oh, y'all can't win. Listen, don't vote for who you think will win. You're not sheep. Vote for what is right. Vote for what is right. It doesn't matter what anyone else is going to vote for. I see them doing polls on social media asking who you think will win. It don't matter who you think will win. Well, how does that matter? You could think, hey, no one thought Perry Christie could lose. That's right. No one thought Shane Gibson could lose. Or Obi Wilchcombe. And no one thought they could lose. But guess what? They lost, eh?
They lost.
It don't matter what you think. Vote for what is right. There are people out there telling you vote for candidate. Don't vote for candidate. Because a good candidate in a bad party is useless. Useless. There's nothing that you can do with a good candidate in a bad party. And so we want you all to wake up. Yeah, the candidate might have some Easter egg stuff on the park. Yeah, they may give out some backpacks. But they have to do that because their party is making it so that you can't afford groceries. You can't afford electricity. There's nothing working in this country. You can't afford good health care. You can't afford good education. They are messing this country up. So vote for the party that is going to solve your issues. One, Dr. McIver is going to solve the healthcare issue. We gave you a 100-day plan. 100-day plan. This is what we're going to do on day 1, day 2, day 3, week 1, week 2, week 3. We gave you the plan of what we're going to do. Your immigration issue, Lincoln Bain will be the Minister of National Security and Immigration. You know that I am going to resolve this problem. You know, Pintard, who has a history of fighting for his people, the Haitian people, will not solve this issue. You know, Brave Davis, it will not solve this issue. So if you think that somehow giving the FNM one more chance is going to save your country,
Oh no.
when you see what happens, don't cry. You take it. Don't call for no protest, because you voted for it. You have been warned. You are aware now. Don't call no one to come save you or rescue you. Don't call no one to say, oh, the government doing this and that. Oh, look what they doing over here. What did you do when you had a chance? Did you vote against the PLP and FNM who have been causing this problem? Did you vote for the PLP and FNM who failed to give us a hospital? Who failed to give us good health care? Did you vote for it? So if you vote for them, don't cry. When your Grammy in A&E and he ain't got no bed. When you call for an ambulance and there's none to come for you, don't cry. Because that's what you voted for. Because the FNM gave you no ambulance, the PLP gave you no ambulance. So if you vote for them, you are telling them you want no ambulance. If you vote for them, you're telling them you don't want no hospital. They ain't even break ground in this hospital they say they didn't get the money for. They even break ground. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is your one last chance. Election is being called tomorrow. Election starts 4 weeks from there. Less than 4 weeks. Just over 3 weeks from there. Are you all ready? Are you all ready? Are you ready?
Oh yeah. Really ready.
Bahamians, your children at stake. Bahamians, fight for your children. If you ain't gonna fight for yourself, fight for your children. Them migrants fighting for their children.
Right.
I don't blame them. They gotta fight for theirs, I gotta fight for mine. Now what you gonna fight for, your politician? Are you gonna love your politician more than you love yourself? Are you gonna let them tell you that Lincoln being in the COI is xenophobic? No, we want law and order. Listen, we need foreigners to come work for us. We don't want no foreigners coming here. We want you to come work for us, but we want you to come work for us. And if you're going to have baby, go home and have the baby. Come back when you didn't have your baby. All right? I see they published something in the paper today about our immigration plan, about naturalization. Yes. When we start, from day one, naturalization will end. All right? Naturalization will end. That's for moving forward. Nationalization will end. All right? So what they're probably trying to do is scare all the people who naturalize to tell them don't vote for us because we could take their whatever. No. Moving forward, naturalization will end. Any skullduggery that we find in an audit will be dealt with. Any skullduggery, because we can audit. And we got a real commission of inquiry with teeth.
That's right.
All right? And guess what? Guess what? We know who was naughty and we know who was nice. We waiting for day one. May 12th is Judgment Day.
That's right.
There will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. There will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And so I never thought we would have known when Judgment Day is, but it has been announced. May 12th is Judgment Day. And so on May 12th, you judge the politicians. Judge them by their works. The Bible says by their works you know them. Well, is the hospital working?
No.
Bad works. Is your electricity working?
No.
Bad works. Your water working?
No.
The food store working?
No.
The farms working?
No.
The gas prices working?
No.
We know them by their works. Are your schools working?
No.
No?
Good for the country.
Nothing works.
Is the country working?
No.
We could judge them by their works.
Yes.
On Judgment Day, you judge them. And I want you to know, if you reward them, they will continue. Can you imagine another 5 years under Brave Davis? When he don't want another 5 years, when he ain't looking for another term, he just doing whatever he want to do. See, in the first 5 years, he had to behave a little bit because he wanted a second term. If you let him get back in all the skullduggery they was doing, giving out, passports at the funeral, can you imagine what they will do if you let them get back? Jesus, Lord, my Bahamian people.
Condemnation.
My Bahamian people. I pray that God opens your eyes.
Yes.
Do not let this government back in. And do not let the FNM back either. Bahamians, please don't give up on your country by voting for the people who are selling us out. You all wake up, man. You all wake up. So we're going to keep fighting. Watch our social media pages so you know when we're going out there. So we probably going to have about 50, 60, 70,000 of you all watch this. Anything we need to let them know before we go?
No, that's it. Just register, vote. Register and vote. And if you have registered, do not sit home. Come out and vote. And if you can, support your candidate in the constituency. Support your candidate in the constituency. Man your polls, because this is where it's going to come down to. Manage your polls.
About the purple card, I think that's important too. And I want to remind the Bahamian people, because a lot of persons keep calling and they keep asking about registering. If you have your purple card, you still live in the same place, the same constituency. You don't have to come to PRD, okay? If you still have your purple card, you are safe, because a lot of persons are saying that they still have to register and they don't realize because they still have their purple card. There's no need to come here. You are safe. The only thing you need to do is on May 12th, show up to the polls. And I want to make a plea, because there are a lot of PLPs and FNMs, staunch PLPs and FNMs. You know what is happening in this country is not right. You have a problem with what you see taking place in our immigration in this country. I'm asking you, put party aside. That's right. Put party aside and vote for country. That's and right. I know that they're doing it because I'm having persons calling who I know are PLPs and FNMs, and they're saying this time I'm going to vote COI. Yeah. We're not voting COI because of a party. No. We're voting COI for country. That's right. And so we are appealing to you. Put party aside and stand for what is right in our country, and let's ensure that our people are the ones who survive in this nation.
That's right. So we have, if you go to the front page of our website, you can always get the countdown. We have a countdown going on there. We have 27 days, 20 hours, and 1 minute to Judgment Day. All right? And so that's to the new Bahamas. All right? And so let's do what we got to do, and let's fix this country. Don't let people fool you talking about a vote for the COI is going to help the government win. Listen, so much PLPs and leave the PLP. It's mind-blowing. No patriotic Bahamian right now should vote for the PLP or FNM. The Simple Party. You cannot love your country and vote for them. That's why I say, if you vote for them, listen, we ain't want to hear the teachers crying, we ain't getting paid. That's what you voted for. We don't want to hear the nurses saying, oh, they wouldn't give us our overtime. No. That's what you voted for. We are here to fight for you. We've been fighting for you for years. Before the last election and after the last election. We've been out here in the hot sun. We've been dragged on the ground. We have sacrificed. We have paid the price because we know that freedom isn't free. And so we want to thank everybody who's decided to make a change. Like I said, if you let the PLP for them get in, don't cry. Just take it. All right? Just take it. So thank you to all of you who are watching this. We love you. We are doing this because we love you. You want to say something? Come.
Stay right there. Ladies and gentlemen, I could try to be as quiet as I could if it would, okay? Because I have a heart for this country and I have a heart for the Bahamian people, and my love is first for my family. You heard, you get a plate full today, this morning. You heard from the speaker, Lincoln Bain himself, what he said and what could happen if you don't go to the poll and vote the right way this election. And I ain't talking about PLP and FNM. Forget about them. Don't even look at them when you go to them polls. You see the sign of the COI? Put your mark or your X to the COI.
Yes, sir.
I ain't implementing no PLP and lifting no FNM up. I voted for FNM for all my life. That's all I knew. Because you know why? I thought they was for the Bahamian people.
Yes,
all the while, they was for the Haitian people.
Yes, sir.
I didn't realize what we had in Parliament until 2021. That's when my eyes I understand and open up to what was going on in this country. That we never had a Bahamian, a genuine, God-fearing man to run this country. Never. All we had in Parliament was evil, wickedness, and corruption. Take it from me, I'm 60 years old. I've been dealing with this for a little while. Okay? And I'm sick and tired of how these criminals got into our Parliament unaware. And we as Bahamians thought that you were Bahamians, genuine Bahamians, organic Bahamians. But no, Pintard, you yet to come to the Bahamian people and say you are Bahamian. But guess what? You're not Bahamian. Because if you were Bahamian, you would have come to the Bahamian people a long time and say, look, I'm not a Haitian, I'm a Bahamian. See, I'm proud to be a Bahamian, and I could go anywhere in the world, loud and clear, and say I'm a Bahamian.
Yes, right.
Why you're scared and afraid to call yourself a Haitian?
Right.
Come to the people that say you're a Haitian.
Right. Right.
What you scared of?
Identify
You're scared
yourself.
of your last name? That's what I see.
Identify yourself.
I'm a Bahamian, proud Bahamian. And I'm glad to be a Bahamian. But guess what? Payday is coming. Payday is coming. The 12th of May is coming. And that ain't too far. That ain't too far.
Amen.
Vote for the COI. Let me tell you all something before I close this off. I've been following the COI from 2021. All of the candidates in the COI is God, as I know, is God-fearing.
Yes, sir. That's right.
And that's what God wants. He said, when the wicked is an authority, the people mourn. Weren't you mourning all your life?
Morning, straight through.
Straight through. I was there. When the righteous is in authority, the people rejoice. It's time for the Bahamian people to rejoice. Wake up, Bahamians. Wake up.
Rejoice start on the 12th of May.
Do that on the 12th of May.
Rejoice
Go to the polls and vote for the COI, the best in the world. Better than what's in the White House. And they are good. But what we have here in the Bahamas is top notch. So vote for the top notch, okay? Mark my word. Trust me when I say that.
All right. Candidates, get close. This is Yamakra. Now, I want you to understand that we will not, let me get in square in front of this. We will not be able to get to every house.
No.
We will not be able to meet with 6,000 people in 4 weeks, in 27 days. We will not be able to get to every house. That's less than 4 weeks. And so we want you to understand that we're going to try our endeavor best, but it's impossible to talk to 6,000 people in 27 days. Now, we've covered a lot of people, and we're starting over in some constituencies, like me in Pinewood. I've covered the whole of Pinewood. Some people weren't at home when I was there, but we covered them, and we're starting over. Golden Gates has done the same thing. Elizabeth has done the same thing. Carmichael. So many of our constituencies, we've gone everywhere. Sometimes people weren't at home, and we're just trying to get back to you now. But don't say you're not voting because you didn't see the person. You see the state of our country. You see the state of our nation. And you've seen what the FNM and PLP has done. We gotta give something different a try. Enough with the insanity. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Yamakra. This is the person you're going to be voting for Yamakra. This is the person who's going to make sure we have a proper operating government. This is a qualified business person, a manufacturer, and she is ready to lead this country and that constituency in the right direction. Yes. This is Miss Yvette Prince.
Very pleasant good afternoon. I am not certain if all Bahamians know about the asylum bill that was passed in December. We only knew, as a coalition, we only knew about it because Aram Lewis was in the House and they had to give everyone a copy of the bill. But this is, because the law was passed that we give asylum to people, this could possibly be the very last few weeks that our country is the way it is if we don't change direction. An asylum bill allows us to grant people from anywhere in the world.
Fast track citizenship.
Fast track them, and they can have asylum, and we have to take care of them before we take care of our own. It doesn't matter if we have Bahamians sleeping in cars, sleeping on the beach, wherever. It doesn't matter if they don't have money for rent. We heard that they are giving illegals $1,200 for rent when Bahamians are sleeping on the beach and sleeping in cars. If we don't change our country in another direction, this could possibly be the last few weeks that our country is the way it is, and it's already overrun. It will be worse because the floodgates have already been opened. The law has already been passed. The only thing that can stop the law is if the coalition of independents win and we revoke the law. That's the only thing. Otherwise, it's already law, and there's nothing we can do about it if we don't change and vote for the COI. Thank you.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, and she made an important point. Bahamians struggling, but the foreigners getting $1,200 a week to pay for their housing. If that's acceptable to y'all, then vote for them, man. And guess what Pintard said? He would do the same thing. Yes. All right? And we played that. He would do the same thing. I want y'all to wake up, you know. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Golden Gate. She's a qualified teacher. I mean, her credentials, her resume is so long. It's a long rap sheet of the accomplishments that she have had in education and in sports, believe it or not. She's an IT professional, and she does so many things. This is another qualified Bahamian who decided that we've had enough of the same people failing us in this country. We got to do something different. This is your next Member of Parliament for Golden Gates, Ms. Shami Natalie.
All right. Hello, Bahamas. Hello to my fair constituents of Golden Gates, my fellow residents. As Mr. Bain said, I've had the pleasure of actually teaching and instructing a lot of the young people right now who are adults now. I didn't think I was that young. But I've taught so many of them, and even today I saw a lot of them who are in the police force, and this is the kind of impact that the Lord has allowed me to have in the lives of so many of our residents in Golden Gates. I want to say that my heart truly is for the young people of our nation, in particular the young men. And I'm sad, I want to talk to the young men in Golden Gates, and I want you to know, this MP, Pia Glover-Roll, has given jobs out, given $100 a day, trying to buy you out. When she went into Parliament in 2021 and stole your inheritance from you, taking away the Sawmill Fund along with the Prime Minister, and now she will replace it with a little job and a little $100 there. She'll probably fix your roof, or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, I'm here to stand for your freedom. So I'm going to tell our Minister of Finance and all our people who deal with finances that those who may feel afraid that, okay, if you vote for Charmaine Adderley in the COI, that your job may be taken away from you. I'm going to fight for you to keep your jobs if she hired you under this, because she is playing a game with you. So any young man in Golden Gate, you don't have to worry about losing your job that she may have given you just to get you to vote for her. You're going to keep your job and you're going to get your natural resources. So I'm standing here, Golden Gates, asking for your support. This time is for your nation. My young men, we want to get you sorted out. We want to get you established so you don't have to suck up to anybody ever again for anything. The change is right before you. Golden Gates, I feel you. I have touched every home by the grace of God, and now we coming around for the second lap. I want to tell you, I am going to fight like never before. My campaign really just started because I personally walked with my team, and I need you all Golden Gates to stand with me. I've been in there for over 30 years, and I want to tell you, the Golden Gates we see today, this is not the Golden Gates of yesterday. stand with me, stand with the COI. We taking this. Bill, get out my chair. Change is here.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is another teacher that's going to be representing the constituency of St. James. She's very qualified, a very well-known and excellent teacher. She's put that aside for now, teaching aside for now, so that she can come and do this with you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a woman I'm very proud of. This is Miss Latoya Bain Stirrup.
Good evening, good afternoon, Bahamas. Listen to me, St. James. We are here fighting for your sovereignty. We are fighting for our land. We are fighting for our children's future. Listen to me, St. James. You have a lady who is a delivery woman who will bring real deliverance, real results. I have been on both sides of the fence as a general, on the FNM and the PLP. I removed myself away from them and joined the coalition who is fighting for our country, fighting for our Bahamians. Okay? They think this a game. They are playing with people's livelihood. Listen to me, St. James. Give me an opportunity to prove myself. You will see real leadership, real results. Come go with me to the new Bahamas, St. James. Change is incoming. Change is here.
Not a qualified candidate, ex-police officer, Apostle Kirk Farrington, Southern Shores.
Good afternoon, Bahamas. Good afternoon, Southern Shores. I just want to say something on behalf of those persons that have been discouraged as it relates to voting. I felt, and as I continue to go, I feel your pain. I feel and I can identify with you where you are, because I have been there. I've been exactly where you are. As a matter of fact, over the span of 8 elections, I sat down and I did not participate in the voting procedures for 8 consecutive elections. Why was that? Because I've seen from way back then the corruption. I've seen the same thing from way back then, and it had discouraged me. And I made a vow not to do it again. And so after the span of 40 years, I had the opportunity to sit down in 2021 and watch the Coalition of Independence, listen to their vision, and I came to realize that they had something to offer that was not being offered over the decades that I had passed through. And so I said to my family, and I determined from that moment, if I were to ever vote, it would be for the COI. And so I'm here today, and I present myself today, and I say to you, if you decide to sit down on the sideline and not vote, it means that your family is in trouble. Your country is in trouble. You are in trouble. And so we want to encourage you to stand and to vote with us this time. Stand with us for a change. Change incoming. Change is here.
All right. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I saw a comment on here that's from someone, Navarro Oliver. He made a very good point. He said, what is he selling that wasn't sold before? Now, I assume he's talking about us, the COI. What are we selling that wasn't sold before? We made this clear to you, we ain't selling nothing. We taking something. That's right. We coming to take this country and give it to the Bahamian people. Ain't nothing for sale here. How we can sell to you what is yours? That's the problem. They've been trying to give us what is ours. They coming with the little handouts during election time and giving you what is already yours, what they took from you. Well, we have come to take what the enemy has stolen from us. And we're going to give it back to the Bahamian people because it's theirs. We ain't selling nothing. We're not doing what those other parties are doing and promising you the world. We are telling you, we're going to have island states and city government. We're taking the power from the politicians and giving it to you. That's yours. So that now you can do what you have to do as a people.
Yes, sir.
But some people don't want that, eh?
No.
Some people don't want that.
No.
They want the politicians living their best life. We want you living your best life.
That's right.
And so I know that you're shell-shocked and you're burned out because you've been going back and forth, PLP, FNM. That's because you get swing. Show them you're more intelligent. Show them that you wake up, that you catch the swing. Show them that you realize now that PLP and FNM is one. A vote for the FNM is a vote for the PLP. A vote for the PLP is a vote for the FNM. They partners. So next I'm going to introduce you to our Garden Hills candidate. She is born and raised in this here Bahamas. She's another qualified educator. We have so much educators amongst us. She's a qualified educator who has been shaping the lives of our young people, but she has decided now that she wants to shape the lives of the people of the Bahamas by being a legislator in the House of Assembly. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the only person that you should vote for in Garden Hills. The only person. You voted before, right?
Yes, I have.
You sure?
Absolutely.
Once?
No, more than once.
You voted 5 times?
Yes.
Rick Fox ain't vote once. And even in this election, he can't vote for himself.
Wow.
Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I present you Miss S. Aisha Clare.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're going to see this Bahamas. I am S. Aisha Clare, the ratified candidate with the COI for Garden Hills. Listen, I am tired of playing tennis. I don't know if you understand that illustration, but we keep going back and forth with no resolve, okay? We have to break the cycle of poverty, break the cycle of depression and oppression in our country, break the cycle of going back and forth because you don't see anything better. We are here and we have pushed ourselves forward, not just for party or for color, but for our country. God over country. We stand here for every Bahamian. We stand here for change in our nation. We stand here because we said enough is enough. I don't know how you feel about what's going on in our country, but it would be insanity for you to wear red, yellow, or blue right now. Right now we're talking about change. We're talking about going to the food store and being able to pay that grocery bill. We're talking about getting BPL where it needs to be on a solarized system. We're talking about a whole lot of stuff in our country, and we need you to stand with us. We are standing strong, and we're not going to be moved by any doctrine, any words, or anything, because no weapon formed shall prosper, and any tongue that is risen up in judgment is already condemned. We stand in the name of Jesus. We stand in the name of the Lord, and we're going forward because we're going to possess the promise. I am 41, and we're going to possess this land. We are going to possess this land because change ain't coming, baby. Change is here.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, another qualified Bahamian from the constituency of South Beach, and we need y'all to bring South Beach home. All right, we need the whole South. South Beach next to me in Pinewood. So we need the whole South. This is Miss Karen Farrington.
Let's go,
Good afternoon. The
birthday girl.
Yes.
I am celebrating my birthday today, and I'm out here fighting for you. I've heard your cry. I felt it because I live in South Beach, and we come to make a change. We're not making promises like the ones who make all kinds of promises, and when they get there, they don't do anything. We here, we're going to do what we say we're going to do, and we're going to bring relief to everyone in South Beach because we're tired of the crying. Like someone said earlier, when the righteous rule, the people rejoice. And it's time for us as Bahamians to rejoice because change ain't coming. Change is here.
Oh, my girl, God.
You want to say something?
No, I was going to do it for you.
I want to say something.
Oh, you can do it.
I want to appeal to the youth of Yamacraw and throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. There are a few of you that we talk to who are undecided and don't want to vote. We are here for your future. We are here for your future. If you don't make a change, your future will be very dim. You should not live a life without hope. So to not vote is living a life without hope. You should be hopeful, but you have to participate in change. You cannot want change to happen and think someone is going to go out there and do it for you. You have to do it. For those people who are undecided, who see what is going on in our country, you know what we have had for 53 years. If you vote any one of them, you vote for the same person and you'll get the same thing. So for those of you who are undecided, vote COI. For the youth in Yamacraw, I encourage you to rise up
Those of you who have not registered to go and register today, you have until 8 p.m. I think you have until 8 p.m. today, so please get up. I speak to the youth of this country to rise up and go and register today and participate in change. You have to participate if you want change. You can't want change, but you're not willing to participate. Change ain't coming?
Change is here. Good afternoon again. We're going to welcome Linda Christina Stubbs. She is the Member of Parliament, I'm already saying, Member of Parliament from Mount Moriah constituency. If you've seen around our country with all the beautification and all the stuff that happened during independence and all of those wonderful locations, this is the lady. So if she can make our country beautiful, what do you think about Mount Moriah? Mount Moriah, this is your Member of Parliament, your representative, Linda Christina Stubbs.
Yes. Good afternoon, Bahamas. This morning I did a post on Facebook because I saw the front page of The Guardian that spoke to the 150,000 illegal migrants that have our passports. Did you understand that? Go and buy the Nassau Guardian. 150,000 of them that are here, and I want that to sink in. I want you to marinate on that and understand what is happening and why the COI exists. Before the COI came on the scene, you've had many third parties that were contesting general elections, and neither of them rose to the level of the COI. You know why? Because this is a God move, and God sees, understands, and knows that it is imperative that change comes to the Bahamas at this time. We cannot afford to focus on PLP and FNM anymore. And to all of my friends and family and everybody else that are still behaving like sheep, who are just following after their leaders, knowing and seeing what is happening in our country, I say you have a few short days to make a sensible decision to save this country, not only for Mr. Bain and the leaders and members of the COI, but for you and for your family, your children, and your children's children. It is imperative, and I cry shame on the Davis administration to have to go to such depths to try to win an election. We're here in this hot sun today having a press conference to explain to you what is happening or what has happened with our ballots and all the rest of it. We should be going into this election based on our hard work. We should be going into this election knowing that this is going to be free and fair. Now we have to be worrying about things that we shouldn't have to be concerned about. Do you understand, Bahamas, what is happening? I beg you, I implore you to wake up, think wisely, and don't act like the stiff-necked Israelites back in the day where God tried to send deliverance for them and they fought against it. I'm saying to you, Bahamas, this is our one opportunity. We have put our lives, our livelihood, and everything on the line to be here to fight for you. And we want you to understand we will continue to fight until May 12th. And we need you to support this mission to save the Bahamas for Bahamians first and everyone else after. Have a great rest of the afternoon. Continue to follow me on social media. There are going to be many, many videos with my views on social media up to the 12th. Thank you. Have a great afternoon.
We're very thankful to Mount Moriah. We're going to call now our warrior princess. If you don't know who our warrior princess is, one of them, you would know her walking very slowly one day on Bay Street with a whole audience behind her. She has fought night and day for Bahamian people. She's an entrepreneur. She's a brilliant woman of God. A woman of God, you heard that? And she's going to come and she's going to tell you what's happening in Carmichael. Carmichael constituency, you don't have to look anywhere else. You don't have to look at Keith Bell and you don't have to look at Miss Orinthia Kumalafe. Change is here with Miss Charlotte Green. Carmichael!
Good afternoon, everyone. We're continuing the walkabout on the ground. Well, first off, for those of you who are not aware of my position in Carmichael, my name is Charlotte Green, and I am the ratified candidate for the Carmichael constituency. And we have been campaigning since the last general election. We have never left the ground. And we know that Carmichael has a big population and there are many doors that we have to get to. And we are consistently and currently working those ground. We will actually be on the ground today campaigning. And I just want to say that for the persons or the people who are tired, who feel that it's hopeless to vote, please come out and vote. A no vote is still a vote. So it's best to come out and vote so you can be a part of actual change. And for those of you who do not know where my office is, because I'm still getting calls asking where the office is, it is located south of Fayette Avenue, just off of Carmichael. So I'm on the southern side of Carmichael, Fayette Avenue. And I'm next to the car lot upstairs above Island Game. Located upstairs above Island Game. Listen, it's time for us to change our country. Yes. Again, we are not our parents and we are not our parents' parents. Do not allow them or the PLP or the FNM to intimidate you in your own country. You have a voice. Raise your voice. Mark your X. And let's vote for the Coalition of Independence.
Thank you, Carmichael. And we're going to move on into the Centerville constituency. This is my blockchain genius. This is my crypto genius. This is an entrepreneur. This is a guy who is going to change and revitalize the Centerville constituency to a place where anyone wants to live. It's not going to be an overhill constituency anymore. We're going to put toilets in the homes. We're going to put water in the homes. And we're not saying that all don't have. But whoever doesn't have it, we're going to make sure it happens for you. Mr. Jamal Woodside for the Centerville constituency. Yes. Welcome, sir.
Good day to the Bahamas and good day to my lovely people in Centerville. I've been on the ground since January of last year, touching base with the residents, constituents of the various polling divisions within the Centerville constituency, and they've opened their heart to me, expressing the sadness that they had to bear over the period of years whereby the FNM and the PLP had played tricks on them, using their votes and in return for chicken, bears, and things of the minimum sort. But I want to assure you that hope is not lost. There is somebody that is present that comes with the heart to ensure that things get turned around in favor for you. There is somebody that comes with the mindset to lead in terms of good representation, whereby areas that needs attention ASAP will get the attention that it needs. In our urban transformation, we will actually use those in the area to help clean up and rebuild their communities. With the initiation of blockchain technology, AI, and the digital transformation in the country, we will call all of the certified individuals from globally who are Bahamian and those locally to sit down and we make the best plans that are best for our nation, whether it be a cloud-based service, whether it be a government agency that offers a service to the Bahamians, whereas we have end-to-end encryption, or whether it be the constituents mining our carbon credits to distribute throughout the entire world. There's a lot of great plans that we have in place, but at the end of the day, I need each of you to actually do something that is very important. Take a minute to go and register, go and vote, go and get verified. For those that actually moved into different areas into Centerville, go and make sure that your address is changed and everything is locked in so that this fight can be one that we are able to achieve and accomplish in the best way possible. So my people in Centerville, I'll be on the grounds again today, touching base with some of the residents in the area of the F&M headquarters area vicinity, and those that are in the area that is considered the cockpit. So I want to assure you that boots are on the ground. The change is here. Those that are embracing the change needs to take a look at our 2030 vision. Our 2030 vision is broken up into different sectors of society, whereby education, we have a plan for education, whereas the revitalization of the educational curriculum, ensuring that the kids that are in school gets the necessary information needed to enter into society, whereas they can function properly. In the healthcare vicinity, we will make sure that our healthcare services is also complemented by AI. So for those that have backlogs in terms of surgery, diagnosis, we can be able to ensure you that the information that you are waiting for, or the results that you are waiting for, is given to you in a timely fashion. In the security field, the officers who actually leave their homes day to day to protect and serve, whereas receiving a minimum or small wage, we want to correct that. We want to properly compensate you for the amount of emotional stress and trauma that you go through on a day-to-day basis to serve and protect our people. And for the nurses that do all they can to ensure that the patients are well taken care of, we want to make sure that you are properly compensated. But most important, the teachers that are vital and key in our society. For everybody who is who in the world had to pass through the hands of a teacher, but teachers are the least paid. So we want to make sure that we pay our teachers well, so therefore the kids in the classes can be properly taught, and therefore our society could grow with the right set of information needed, necessary to build this new Bahamas. So Centerville, change is incoming, change is here. So let's connect, let's sit down in the community and put together a plan, whereas the harsh reality that you face, we can change that and turn a new chapter into our Bahama land.
Thank you, Mr. Centerville. This is our representative for Centerville. He has amazing ideas for Centerville. We're going to bring a man who's been a bodybuilder, a weightlifter, power lifter, all of those wonderful things. He is in Fox Hill. And you know something, giants do come down, but we don't even see them as giants, honestly. We see them as mere ants who need to be stomped on. I'm so sorry if I offended anyone on this live. But we have a man of God who is a pastor, who's ready to bring change in the Fox Hill constituency, who's ready to revitalize that constituency and turn it around. Give it a 180, not a 360, because we're not going backwards, we're going forward. Mr. Bobby Brown! Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, my fellow Foxhillians, and to the nation of the entire Bahamas. My name is Bobby Brown once again, the candidate for Fox Hill constituency. And I want to say to you, I want to deal with two issues. I'm speaking directly to the people in Fox Hill. For the last several months, this has been the cry for the people in Fox Hill. They are telling me when they called me in Fox Hill that they are in these bushes, these big gates. There's a lot of, I would say, metals and fire that is burning in that constituency. It turns out to be a very vexing problems for the people in Fox Hill. I want to say to you, once I become the member of Parliament to represent the Fox Hill constituency, that is going to be the first thing we're going to fix in Fox Hill. In every constituency, a lot of the people are complaining that there are a lot of communities that are building up. There are big gates, and there are a lot of migrants that are behind these gates. I'm leaving from this live, and I'm going to another call that called me already a few minutes ago to come and investigate in one of these areas. Here's another thing that we are rolling out in Fox Hill that is moving swiftly. We are moving the merit-based program. The merit-based programs are specifically for students who don't have any need as it relates to their education. And so we're going to offer $1,000 to every kid that is looking to go into a higher level of education. That's the merit-based program. And there are a lot of single mothers in Fox Hill. So take my number down, 804-4439. The list is going wild now in Fox Hill. 804-4439. We have single mothers calling me every day to get on that program. So we are running a program for all single parents. Okay, if you're a single parent and you have kids and you need help, we are going to assist those single parents. Now, I played a video last night with the Member of Parliament for Fox Hill, and he is the Minister for Foreign Affairs. That video I played last night, the Minister mentioned in Parliament that we are bringing in immigrants who are going to build this nation. And they're planning on creating jobs for immigrants who come in. Yes, that's a part of our Constitution, but Bahamians are first. But he ended that video by saying that if we neglect those immigrants, those who will be in the next election could be the very same people to lose the election. That there is telling me that that minister is already saying what their plans were for these immigrants. What I want to say to you, go out and vote. For the people in Fox Hill, you're crying out for change, and we are looking for the people in Fox Hill to take this victory, and I will be there to help serve you. Change ain't coming, change is already here.
Wonderful. That is our Member of Parliament for Fox Hill. And what I love is he's talking about a lot of things that are changing. I don't know if you feel the wind of change in our country. I don't know if you feel from the north, south, east, and west. We're standing here in this hot sun fighting for you, the Bahamian people. We could be other places. We could be doing a whole lot of other things. But we stopped our schedule. We stopped our lives almost just to come and fight for you. So let's fight together. I don't know if you know this man from St. Anne's. But if you want your air-conditioned bill to be $20 a month, I would vote for him. If you've heard about anything about solar and all of these things, windmills, all of these things that you don't know about, you should know Graham Weatherford. And I think the Lord has blessed him with that name, Weatherford, because he deals with all of those stuff. So we're going to welcome our next representative, our next Member of Parliament for the constituency of St. Anne's, Mr. Graham Weatherford. Welcome, sir.
Well, listen, good afternoon, everybody. You think about it, St. Anne's is a constituency that's doing better than some. But I can tell you, as I talk to people there, all walks of life, the seniors have not had done for them what they needed to have had done for them. How is it you can pay $300 or $400 a month to your mother? If you are in government right now, that should have been changed decades ago. You have no shame. When they come and talk to you, ask them if they have any shame because they didn't treat their mother properly, didn't fix a hospital. But St. Anne's, go outside today and see how hot it is. Wouldn't it be nice to put that sun, that heat, in your house, in your iron for free? This isn't imaginary. This is stuff that I've done for 30 years for myself. So it'll be the first time in a few weeks that you'll have a minister that not talks it, but has done it.
Come on now.
Did you know that you can change your air conditioning unit to one that uses hardly any electricity? Same thing with a Ford Explorer and a Honda Civic. One burn less gas. Well, it applies to air conditioning in every aspect of your house. There are things you can do that they have not taught us. This is a whole industry at BTBI that we should be focusing on. So the goal is to get the energy for your house, the food store, the hair and nail salon, and the energy and fuel for your car to as low as possible. And if we don't do that, all the excellent ideas you heard today, which are more than I've heard in 53 years, will not be able to happen without energy security, reliability, sustainability, and affordability. So if we can't get a grip on this, the COI will do it from the beginning they enter the House of Assembly. So if you're worried about, hey, I didn't see you, listen, you need someone who's going to do something for you. Vote for yourself this time, not for other people, not for someone they send to you. vote for the person that's going to make your life more affordable.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Listen, I thought he was going to talk a little bit more because when he gets in that element, he talks a lot. But guess what? We're going down to Angliston. And you know something? It's not about personalities and these people who are representing our country. It's about change. It's about what you represent in an organization or a party. We're not doing any personal hitting or anything. It's not personal. But guess what? We have to change the nation for the next generation. This woman of God is an apostle. She is a woman who speaks for the voice of the Lord. She's a woman who speaks into the lives of people all over this nation. If you know the red hair, you know who I'm talking about. You know when she speaks, you're going to hear it from left, right, north, south, east, and west. A woman who is never going to stand down, and a woman who doesn't see giants. Giants where? There are no giants in the land. So I am going to welcome Miss Angliston, our next representative with the Coalition of Independence Government, Miss Faith Presente.
Well, good afternoon to the Bahamas. Good afternoon to the people of Angliston. Listen, I don't have to be long here because I believe that the people know what they need to do come May 12th. And the thing is that we're not going to talk this thing. We're not going to put on a show for anyone. We are going to make our voices be heard come May 12th. I want to say something to the Angliston constituency. You have seen how our community have been for over 20 years. And I want to point something out for those of you who do not know. Presently, the standing minister is now digging and preparing to lay foundation for what is said to be a community center. I want to say to you, if the minister could put up a community center in Angliston constituency now, about several weeks before this next general election, it means you, the people of Angliston, could have had it long time, and even so much more. We are not going to be fluked, fooled, or tricked by anyone that's going to throw something at us to make us feel as if something is being done. Angliston, you have cried, you are tired, and now you're standing up. We are standing up because we are going to take Angliston to the new Bahamas. And it cannot be done under the old regime. I'm so sorry, but it's time to pass the baton on. Change isn't coming. In Angliston, change is already here. So please, let me see you. We are on Miami Street and Cordo Avenue. We are there every day, Monday through Saturday. Someone is at the office, you could come and see me. Let's get this thing together. We are about to sit in war day. See you on May 12th.
That's it. It's wartime. It's wartime. If you don't feel it, it's wartime. We are ready for war. Boots are on the ground, most definitely. I'm going back to Yamacraw constituency because she has something very burning to say, and it's going to be very brief as the sun is very hot. And after that, we're going to hear from our president, Mr. Lincoln Michael Bain, who is going to close us out and give us the last thing we need to hear before the polls, before the register closes. He's going to come and he's going to inject something into your spirit so that you can know that we're fighting for you. Boots are on the ground, and we're doing this, Bahamas. We are doing this. We're bringing change to our country even now. Ms. Yamacraw, you're welcome.
Top of the day again. On day one, when the COI becomes the very next government, and I become the next MP for Yamacraw, we are going to be passing and enacting a law for Crown land. Crown land was given to us in 1973 when we got independence from the Queen for Bahamians. Foreigners are getting it on the left and the right, and Bahamians are not getting it. So day one, when we become the government, we are going to be passing and acting a law which so every adult over 18 and over will get 1 acre of land. So if you want to register for your 1 acre of land, you can call me for Yamacraw, 814-1500. If I don't get the call, please leave a message, but we are starting to register for 1 acre of land, your 1 acre of land, anyone 18 and over.
Anyone 21 and over.
21 and over.
Yes.
21 and over, you're entitled to 1 acre of land. Change ain't coming?
Change is here.
All right, so thank you all so much for spending the morning with us. We came down here to take action against this government because of what is happening. If you're just tuning in, the SIB, which is controlled by the government, it has the only, and they're lying right up on the stairs. They lying right up on the stairs. I showed them the SIB over there lying up on the stairs. Lying up on the stairs. All right. All right, bring her back. Bring her back. All right. No, SIB ain't criminals. The government is criminals. All right. So they're lined up on the stairs. Of course, they're just following orders. And but, ladies and gentlemen, only the PRD is supposed to have those keys, and Brave Davis will have full control because police just follow orders. All right. They're not gonna say that it's wrong. I'm not doing it. You heard Paul Rhodes say that himself. You saw Paul Farquharson not Paul Farquharson. What the other fellow name? The one we just got rid of, Clayton Fernandez, sorry. Clayton Fernandez was just doing whatever he's told. This commissioner just keeps silent about everything. It's like she isn't even there. But we need order. And if the law says only the PRD can control our election materials, then that's what it is. You can't have people able to come in the night while the PRD isn't there and have access to it, whether they are police or not. They should not have access to our vote. It's simple as that. An outer door does not protect the votes. Anyone can pick a lock. All right, I'm sure you all pick your locks at home. Regular office door. All right, come on, man. All right, so we got to fix this. There's a lot of skullduggery going on. We just wanted to say this today. There are people who are being registered in other people's house.
Yeah.
Because you can just come and point and say, I live here. And so there's one woman who just came outside just now, was talking to me just now, and she told me how there's 3 people they have living in a house that don't live in a house. All right, and that's where the problem comes in. We have other persons who are here, like who are being told they need affidavit from this person, that person. No, you only need a passport to register. All right, so don't let no one throw you around and cause you to not be able to register. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in. Stay tuned to our social media networks so you can know what we're doing. We're going to have our live broadcasts in the communities. And don't be impressed by these little rallies they're going to put on with their random crowds. Paying people to come out like they always do. Busting people from all over the place so it can look like they have a big crowd. 500 people is not 200,000 voters. 1,000 people, 1,500 people is not 200,000 voters. They believe that you are sheep. And that if they could bring a big crowd out there and pay people to come out, that's going to influence you to think that, people can vote for them anyway, so you might as well vote for them. That's how sheep think. Payments, we got to take this country over, and you got to have the mindset of a lion to take this country back over. Stop being sheep. Don't vote for you think go in. Vote for what is right. It's right for us to have a hospital. It's right for us to have proper school. It's right for us to have proper roads. It's right for us to have good health care. It's right for people to come to our country the right way. That is right. And so, thank you all for tuning in. See you next time.
Yes, sir.